Hi, everybody. Welcome to another mindfulness masterclass. This session today is about a subject that's very dear to my heart, something that I used to struggle immensely with, and that really does have an impact on every area of your life, really. It did mine for sure. So, what is it? What am I talking about? Today, I want to talk about confidence. And I want us to just have a think about how our confidence or lack of confidence can really have an effect on so many areas in your life. It can stop you, like self confidence can stop you then from taking opportunities, perhaps going for promotions at work, changing jobs, moving house. It can affect relationships that you have if you don't feel confident in yourself. Perhaps you won't go out to meet somebody, or perhaps having a lack of confidence sometimes will mean that kind of the wrong people will take advantage of that, and perhaps your boundaries won't be clear and they'll be kind of muddied, if you like. In business, it can stop you taking opportunities, it can stop you starting a business, for example. So there are so many different ways, and so I just want you to, while you're listening to this, just have a think about kind of where you are with your confidence. Kind of, you if you were to scale it 1 to 10, where would you be? 10 being super confident, 1 or 0 being not very confident at all. Where would you be? And where would you like to be? Maybe you're listening to this and you are absolutely where you want to be. Everything's going well, you're living life the way you want to do, you're not missing out on things because you just feel confident enough to be able to be yourself, which is amazing. But maybe you're watching this thinking, actually, I'm not. So I feel I'm at this point. Really, I'd like to be at that point, because that point to me means I'll be able to go out. I'll be able to meet friends in bars or in coffee shops. I'll be able to go shopping on my own, or whatever it might be. Maybe that's the difference. And so in this session today, I'm going to share with you a proven 5-step strategy for helping you to boost your own confidence. Because you see, being confident in those other areas starts with being confident in yourself. And so we need to do that first. We need to focus on building your own self confidence, because how you feel about yourself can really make a difference to how you then show up in the world and with the things that you then go on to do. So, this is my 5 C's to conquering confidence. Let's get started. And so, the first C is for care, self care, actually. We need to make sure that we're looking after ourselves, because if we don't, things go amiss. We're not getting the right sleep, we're not getting the right nutrients from our diet, we're not getting the proper exercise, and all of those things has a knock-on effect on our self-esteem and our cognitive function, which again can have a knock-on effect on our self-confidence. If we don't feel good about ourselves because we're tired, or because we're making poor choices, perhaps poor lifestyle choices, kicking yourself because you didn't go to the gym, or you've not exercised again, or perhaps for the food choices that you're making and then just beating yourself up, and there you go, you're not going to feel confident. And so we need to make sure that we're doing the right things to help us, because they're all good for us physically, mentally, emotionally, and cognitively as well. So we need to make sure that we're focusing on those areas. And as well as those things, we need to make sure that we're doing things that just light us up. Quite often, I mean, life's busy and there are things that we have to do. We have to wear the hats, don't we? We might be, mums and wives or girlfriends, and, employees, friends, business women. We've got to wear all the hats and do all the things. And so we just need to make sure that we are spending our time doing the things that we enjoy, things that just make us feel nice, whatever that is, whether that's just taking a bath, whether it's just sitting for 5 or 10 minutes, just reading a book, listening to your favorite podcast, or watching your favorite show. We need to make sure that we are spending time in the same way that you would prioritize time with for other people and doing the things for them, we need to prioritize ourselves too and make sure we're doing those things for ourselves too. The second C is about challenging our negative self talk. I call it my chatter. And when I talk about the chatter, it's here. It's my hand on my right shoulder, nattering in my ear. Back in the day, it used to be incredibly loud and it's all I heard. But I've learned to quieten the chatter. And we need to challenge that negative self-talk. We've got to we've got to remind ourselves, and this is something I do daily, of the positive aspects to ourselves. So every day I write down 5 positive affirmations. So these are 5 positive statements about myself. And I think this is something that we tend to shy away from because we don't want to seem a bit braggy and a bit, is that arrogance? Saying I am these amazing things? Well, no, it's not. It's really important. And we need to remind ourselves, I've got years and books full of positive affirmations. So I've really built up a library of things. So when this chatter kicks in, and sometimes it does, don't get me wrong, and it starts to tell me that I'm rubbish or, you're no good or you're not worthy, actually, I can counter it because I've got a library of positive affirmations that I've stored up that go, actually, you're wrong. Yeah, maybe I didn't do that today. However, look at these things that I am, and I'm brilliant, actually. 5 positive statements. We need to also make sure that we're creating some realistic perspectives. We don't want to be, you know, setting ourselves up to fail, you know, perhaps going for, I don't know, trying to achieve things that they're just too big for us right now. That isn't to say they're not achievable in the future, but not right now. Because of course, like I say, you're setting yourself up to fail, which doesn't help your confidence because then it's like, oh well, see, I didn't get it. Or, because it was too big for you right now. The third C is about compassion. We just need to be kind to ourselves. We need to give ourselves a break. We need to remember that nobody is perfect. Everybody messes up. Everybody gets things wrong. Everybody has things that don't work out the way they'd like. That's just normal. And so if those things happen for you or to you, we've got to just accept, do you know what? Yeah, I'm nothing different to anybody else. This is what happens. So be kind to yourself. We've got to stop being horrible. And this is something that I talk to people all the time about. And even just in conversations with friends, just chatting. And quite often I'm saying to people, you need to change how you're talking about yourself. You're not being nice. You're not being nice to yourself. You wouldn't say that to somebody else. If your friend had tried something that didn't work out, would you say, oh my God, you're rubbish? Or there's no wonder that didn't work out. It's because you're stupid. Would you do that? No, you wouldn't. But then don't do it to yourself. We've got to be kind to ourselves. The fourth C is about your comfort zone. You'll have heard about the comfort zone all the time, and we need to get comfortable with stepping outside our comfort zone. We need to get comfortable with feeling a little bit uncomfortable, which can sound really uncomfortable. But consider this: everything that's within your comfort zone now didn't used to feel so comfortable when you first started doing them. What things can you think of? When I think of that, for me, one of the big ones is doing something like this. Years ago, the thought of recording a video or going on camera, doing a live on social media, it filled me with dread. I didn't do it. I've been encouraged to do it for years. There's just no way. But I kind of, oh, maybe I will. Wonder what it'd be like. So I stepped up and I kind of just did little bits. I eased my way into it to the point now where I jump on lives all the time. Or, if I think, oh, right, I'm going to do some recording, I prepare what I'm going to say. But the thought of it doesn't fill me with dread like it used to, because I expanded my comfort zone. And now doing video recordings or going live on social media is well within my comfort zone. But there are other things that aren't. And so set yourself some achievable goals as well. You know, there may be things that you really want to achieve, and right now you're thinking, well, there's just no way that I'm going to be able to do that. But then break it down. Break it down into small, manageable steps. What do you need to do that you can start on that will help you to achieve that goal? You know? So, for example, um, weight loss is one that springs to mind. If you need to lose, you know, or if you're wanting to lose 3 stone, for example, and the idea of that might be like, crikey, you know, that's a lot. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Then just break it down into a reasonable length of time. And so, okay, so if I lose £1 a week, it's going to take me that long, or £2 a week, because you're doing it sensibly and stuff. But you see what I mean? So ultimately, you'll achieve the goal. But now you're just looking at, how am I going to lose £1 or £2 a week? What do I need to do that? And over time, the goal is achieved. And you can apply that to all other things that you're looking to do. It might be a promotion at work, it might be a business goal, it might be a personal goal. How am I going to get to do that? Okay, we've got a big personal goal, and it's not something we could do right now today. However, we've worked out what we need to do, and every day we're taking steps towards it, and that's it. And then create strategies as well that will help you to do that. So have your kind of comfort blanket around you. Again, thinking of a goal of mine, thinking of comfort zones as well. Years and years ago, I joined a gym. It was a really big gym, a really big chain of gyms. I mean, it was beautiful, but I didn't feel very confident in myself back then. And I kind of walked into this amazing place and was just like, oh, I'd never been in a gym like it in my life at the time, you know? And I wanted to do a class, but I didn't know where the classes were. And I was really shy and anxious and all of the things. And so I created some strategies that would help me to get to the class. And these are the things that I coach all the time. So I've got my strategy, I've got my tool belt with my strategies in. And so that first day, I got to the class and I really enjoyed it. I'm not saying I was brilliant at it, but I really enjoyed it. I was like, yes, I did that. That's amazing. So then the next time it was like, okay, I might do a different class then. Or I joined the gym part, so then I needed to book in for an induction. I didn't know how to get to the gym part. I'd found out where the classes were, but where was the gym? But I used the same strategies to get there. So then I had a gym induction, and there you go, to the point where I was going there every morning before work. I used to work then. I used to be employed. It's a long time ago now. And so I would go every morning because I just loved it. But the point was, when I started with it, I nearly ran out of the place and just got back in the car and thought, oh, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for people like me. That's what I was telling myself. It's not for people like me. It's for other people, not for me. I think, but I thought, do you know what? No, I'm going to do it. It became part of my comfort zone. Okay. And the final C is about celebrating success, celebrating and recognizing each win, no matter how small. And we mustn't let what we think other people will think about our win affect us or stop us from celebrating the win. Does that make sense? So, use my gym example. That day after I'd been to the class and I got in the car, I was just like, oh, I was buzzing. I mean, obviously, activity and exercise is good for you anyway. I was so proud because I nearly didn't go. I was like, yes, do you know what? I did it. I did it. I found the way and I did it and I was buzzing. But for other people, it's like, oh yeah, oh the gym, yeah, no bother. And yeah, I've never been that one before. Doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. I'm in. no problem, I'll find where the classes are. It wasn't a big deal for, perhaps for other people. It was massive for me. But that doesn't mean that that wasn't a win for me, and it wasn't a win that I needed to celebrate. I absolutely did. And again, I think we tend to shy away from celebrating ourselves or congratulating ourselves because we're worried that it seems a bit show offish and nobody likes a bragger, do they? Or, is that a bit arrogant? Well, no, it's not. It's really important because actually, if you recognize that, you've done something today that felt a bit uncomfortable, but you did it and actually it went really well, that's a confidence boost. And by recognizing that, you're likely to do it again. Talking of your comfort zone, it's going to sit in your comfort zone then because it's something that you're going to feel comfortable about. And so I hope that this video has been really useful for you. Maybe it's given you some things to think about. That's been my intention. That maybe you're wherever you feel you are on your confidence scale. Maybe now you've got my 5 C's to conquering confidence strategy that will really help you think, actually, yes, these are the things that I need to do. I'd love to hear how you get on. I really hope it helps. As always, if you'd like to contact me about any of the other services that I provide, please feel free. The contact details will be below this video. Please get in touch if you want to reach out. But take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another mindfulness masterclass. Take care now. Bye.